Alright, so this is a matchlock. This design is from about 1600. You can see it's actually a fairly simple mechanism. There is a pan cover. The pan is where you put your priming powder. There is the lock, which is pulling on this, which you could call a trigger, but doesn't look like a trigger, that then moves the serpentine, which will be holding a match, into the pan. And then inside the barrel there'll be a charge and a ball. And it's the loading and reloading of this thing that required the systems of discipline that we'll be talking about in class. And the procedure for reloading and loading is as follows, more or less in the sequence that would be done in a training drill in the 17th century. I don't have the proper forms of bandolier and powder horn, but this is a rough equivalent. So what you do is you first notice that there is a burning match that is held in my left hand that will stay up here on the stock during most of this procedure. It would normally be lit at both ends. So if one end went out, you could flip to the other end. The first step is to open the pan. You use your powder horn to prime the pan. Okay, so first you prime the pan. Close the pan, set the musket back down, you put in the charge, which is a pre-measured amount of powder in a little bottle. There'd be a series of these bottles on a proper bandolier. And then I just leave it hang, that way I know that one's been used. Then the musket ball goes in. And I bring up the match, and I have to attach it into the vise, which I did not pre-prepare for the thickness of this match, so this is taking a little longer than it should. Check to see the match is going to the right place. Open the pan, relight the match. I'm using a musket rest, and then we fire. And then the next thing you have to do is take the match out of the lock and start over. Alright, so I actually hit the target. This is the hole. That's what a big giant musket ball does when it goes through something. It makes a very large hole. And that is from, I'm trying to remember, we're at about 30 meters here, maybe 35 meters. And the maximum accuracy range for these things was typically around 50 meters. And after that, it was really hard to say where the ball was going to go. There are no sights on the musket, either at the front or the back, although some muskets later on would have a front sight. They would almost never have a back sight. And so they're not designed to be accurate. They're designed to be shot downrange in volleys.